Let's kick it.
It has been kicked. We are,
Yeah.
we are live. Welcome to the Hat episode on Religious Detox. I am your host, Ryan Andrew Nicewonder.
And I'm John Clark.
And yeah, man, what's up? How was your day?
It was pretty good. Not
Nice.
too bad.
Nice.
Yeah, just another day. But
Nice.
it actually has been one of my better days again. So the workload was a little bit less. So
Nice.
it makes a difference. Yeah. What about you?
It was a bit of a whirlwind of a day. It was one of my days off, which means I get to do all kinds of fun stuff like grocery shopping and laundry and meal prepping and dishes and more dishes. And yeah, while I was doing that, I edited 3 clips of last week's episode to throw up, and then I also started working on editing a podcast that I recorded last night. My friend Rita had me on her small business coaching podcast, and I'm also helping her do some of the editing for it. And so I got started on that today.
That's exciting.
I even called my mom. I haven't had time to call my mom.
That's great.
Yeah, man. It's hence the hats. For me, been in and out, and it's wintertime. It's freezing in LA, man. It's like 60 degrees.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cold.
I had to wear a hoodie when I was doing my errands this morning. Oh man, it was rough. It was cold.
Yeah, we'll try 39 degrees yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
no,
my heart goes out to everyone who's been getting snow and harsh weather.
Yeah, Texas, they've had some harsh.
Yeah, Texas has been crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's jeez. No, I've been doing a lot of soul searching lately, and I
Your
think
heart is in Texas, right?
No.
Sorry.
I think I want to move to the Bahamas. I think that's where I want to be, man.
Okay.
I want to live in just a spot on an island somewhere. I went to the Bahamas when I was in high school. Loved it. It's my favorite place I've been. So I think that's, dude, if they have good Wi-Fi and when things start working out to where I can, make money from anywhere, as long as their Wi-Fi is good, I'm moving to an island, man.
Sounds great. Yeah, I can see that.
I'll be, Florida, like where you're at, it's just a quick boat ride away, so.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, dude. So I think that's what this current situation has taught me, is that I think I'm all about that island life. Get rid of my car, have a boat, just make art,
yes.
hang out, exercise. Yeah. Oh man. So today is kind of a special episode, you could say. It's episode number 3, which 3 is a special number. I don't know. I feel like 3 is known as a special number, so I thought we could do something.
Right? Yes.
The Trinity. Yes.
I'm sorry.
For the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so that is kind of what we have done. The first episode was the Father, how we started it. The second episode was the Son, Jesus, and we talked about Jesus a lot.
Right.
uh, actually, in a weird way. And in this one,
Mhm.
I guess we are talking about the Holy Spirit, man. We're talking about the Spirit, things that truly move
Spirit.
us. And
Yes.
for that, it's music. Like music is for me, it's driven me, inspired me, pushed me, uh encouraged me when I've been down, made me think when I needed to think, and given me an outlet. It has just meant so much to me. And so uh we're going to do a top 5 but for music,
Let's
the
do it.
top 5 favorite artists. And so yeah, John, for music, like um yeah, thoughts on music
My
and
thoughts.
connection to
Okay.
the
Well,
soul. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
On the
my top
long-winded
five.
thing that I just did, I like. I want you to say, I know you have thoughts, and so yeah, I want you to,
That was a grand intro. I like
yeah,
that.
it was going, so I just went with it. So, yeah, go man, yeah. So yeah, John, music,
So
bud.
yeah, ditto. My life has been it's revolved around music quite a bit. Um, my wife can tell you that. My kids have seen that, and ever since I was 12, uh, just been highly influenced by a lot of R&B, funk, and dance music. And so, I grew up. It's funny because I grew up listening, or not listening. My mom listened to a lot of country,
Okay,
so uh, I had that in the background. My sister listened to a lot of disco and R&B and funk, and my brother played a lot of just classic rock. And so when I discovered the Beastie Boys,
yeah,
1987, Licensed to Ill, I thought, man, these guys are nuts. But there was something about, you could see the personalities in these guys. They seemed to be just genuine, crazy white dudes from New York, and just having fun making music. And
yep.
that I really connected to that.
Came in from the punk rock scene.
Yes, they did. Actually, I guess their official first album was a
Yeah,
punk
it was punk.
album. Yeah, but
It's
I didn't realize that until after the fact. Rick Rubin got a hold of them and produced that
yeah.
License to Ill, and
I'm glad they turned out how they
yeah, me
did.
too.
So yeah, do you wanna do your list first, and then
Oh
I'll say
yeah,
mine, and then
sure.
uh we'll get into we'll break the list down further.
Okay,
Those are the words I was looking for. So yeah, if you wanna, yeah, give
that
your
works.
list, man, or
So
I can go
obviously,
first, whatever. If you want, yeah, do you want me to go first?
go
Or
for it, man.
okay. So I'm ordering my list in order in which I first heard the music, and
Okay.
so it's not the favorite. Um, I'll reveal that later, but in the order in which I first heard the music, the first one, which we've already talked about, is Beastie Boys.
Mm-hmm.
um, Growing up in the '80s, I first heard, you know, like "Fight for Your Right to Party" and like everything off their first album. Was kind of big in skateboarding, and I really wanted to be a skateboarder,
Mm-hmm.
like a country kid. Like I only had one little patch of driveway that I could skateboard. It was terrible. Yeah, I always wanted to be a skateboarder, but I always had, always kind of associated them with some of that, and then just watching them grow as artists. So that's the first one, and then the next would be Wu-Tang Clan. And I first discovered them when I was in high school, and then the next would be Madlib. Uh, like I ran into him in the early 2000s when I first started getting into turntablism and learning about the history of hip hop, and I just fell in love with the way he put beats together. And then after that is MF Doom,
Mm-hmm.
uh, who MF Doom is actually my favorite artist. Uh, there's Doom, and then everybody else, like really. And so there's Doom, and then the other four are actually a tie. And then I have a whole other list of artists I like. And then the last one is actually MIA, the
Okay.
female artist.
Hmm.
Like I'm a huge MIA fan. Um, First, came into her in pre around 2010ish or whatever. Like I'd heard her before, but wasn't a fan. And then I was just listening one day, and I got it. And listening to her actually helped me lose 100 pounds. Like, cause I got to be like 260 at one point. And so there was something about her music, like when I would listen into it when I would go running, it would just help me kind of keep going, like with the rhythm and the way the music is, and she's fun. So yeah, that's my list: Beastie Boys, Wu Tang, Madlib, MF Doom, and MIA.
Good list. Good
Thanks.
choices. Yeah, man.
The yeah. What
My
are yours?
list, well, it's a little similar. Um, First off, I would say the Beastie Boys, and secondly, I would say MF Doom as well. It's so funny that we kind of have this in common because this is
Yeah.
totally not scripted. Um, we just kind of
Yeah, we
somehow
hadn't actually told each other our lists until now.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, MF Doom, and also there's a band that I listen to frequently, In Excess.
Oh,
They,
nice.
yeah. So
They're
surprise, surprise. I do
they're
like it.
no, that's cool. They're in I have a whole tier of people that I really like that are under like where my top 5 would be, and I would put In Excess in there with that group
Oh
for me.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love a lot of the we've talked a little bit about some of the British like tech retro way or whatever the fuck Duran Duran and all them are. you know, The Cure, like labels.
I know it. Well, it's funny you said The Cure. I really, I was stuck on my fifth artist because
Yeah.
I do like I
Oh,
practically grew up with The Cure,
love them.
and also someone a little bit newer that's had a lot of material that is quality is Beck. And
Yes.
Beck
Yes.
is a phenomenal musician.
Yes.
And
He's up there, especially in the honorable mentions with me.
yeah, for sure.
Like yeah, along there like oh, that yeah, they're super close. But yeah, it's those 5 that like really stand out for me. But yeah, no, those are some good
So who would be your favorite country band?
country.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's Johnny Cash.
Okay. Say no more. That's good.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, love Johnny Cash. Like cause there are so many like artists that are like so close to making the favorite, but for one reason or another, it's just that group is are the ones that I keep going back to, or and for different and special reasons. Could be a time we came into them, they just have a place, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Was that all 5? Did you do? Are you still on your? Say yours
Beastie
again.
Boys, MF Doom, NXS, and no, I didn't.
Beastie Boys, MF Doom, NXS, Beck.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Beck.
Yeah,
And I like Beck. I like The Cure. That's tough.
and The Cure. Well, no, that's 5.
Yeah. So I can count now. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's my 5.
Yeah. No, that's
A
awesome.
little out there.
No, yours are some that I'm really glad you mentioned because those aren't artists I get to talk about a lot. You know, the like let's talk about The Cure, man.
Let's do it.
I know we adjust the order. We'll talk about the similar ones later, but I want to
Yeah.
talk about The Cure cuz I don't it's yeah, let's talk about the Cure,
You remember
man.
the first song that you heard from The Cure?
Just Like Heaven.
Okay, yeah.
It was like the video, like I
Oh,
remember seeing the video and I'm like, what? What is this? Like it was just so weird that like I
you just
liked
imagine
it. It
like it.
was yeah, I was just like, I get it, man. and and then I think the first album that I really bought and got into was Galore
Okay.
of theirs. I think that's what it was called. One of the ones. Yeah, the what about you?
The first album I had was Head on the Door,
Cool.
and I thought the album cover was super cool because they had I think the neon glowing faces. And in fact, before I heard that album, I remember back in the day in middle school, it was cool to walk around the mall and hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this older guy who was wearing this Cure t-shirt, and I thought, man, that looks really, really cool. I like to check out the band.
Yeah.
And did, and ever since I've been a fan. So that was way back in the 80s. That was probably 87.
That's awesome.
Maybe in 86. I don't know.
Yeah. Cuz I was a freshman in high school. I remember my buddy Jeff gave me it cuz I didn't have cable so I couldn't watch MTV. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would have friends tape music videos for me so I could watch them. And my buddy Jeff sent me this top alternative countdown, and there were a couple of Cure videos on there, and I was just like, yeah, they were so weird. I loved it, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
it was just it was different. And yeah, the Cure's great. In the middle of you telling that story, I started having flashbacks. Back in Knoxville,
Mm-hmm.
we've talked about the Cure. I'm remembering now that we've had some Cure conversations because I started while you were talking. I was flashing back to like because I had a buddy that burned like all the Cure albums for me. And I had them on. I had a couple of Cure mixes on a mini disc player.
Oh,
And so,
man.
because that's back when I was doing music and mini discs were a thing, and I would just put the instrumentals for my show on the mini disc. So I would have my instrumental sets, and you remember, like, because that's what I plugged in to your turntable, like when we. And so
Mm-hmm.
I remember having my Cure mini disc set, and
That's
so
right.
I remember driving
How
around in
about
my
that?
Saab, listening to listening to the Cure uh back then.
Great band.
Yeah.
Wish I could have seen them live. That would
Uh
have been
do they not
super
perform
cool.
still? Well, I mean, we're not allowed to go in public
I don't
anymore.
know.
But
No.
Robert Smith, that's his name, right? Robert Smith, the
Yeah.
singer?
Right.
Okay. He's done some really
Mhm.
cool stuff with the Gorillas lately.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There was a track. I think it was a Gorilla. No, it was a Deftones remix. I think I need to.
I would have never imagined that. Deftones? Are you sure?
I
You can look it up.
I could be imagining things. Talk about In Excess while I Google this.
Okay.
Because,
NXS. Oh man, believe it or not, I used to skate to some NXS. Um,
yeah. Oh, did you freeze?
and so
Oh, you froze. The last thing that was there was I used to skateboard to In Excess, and I was like, awesome. Okay.
okay, yeah, I was just saying that my brother helped me build a quarter pipe
Hmm.
ramp at the house. So, I would invite all the skaters, bikers, to come and hang out, and so I would always be playing music. So
Hmm.
I would a vast amount of music, and it would be punk, it would be pop, it would be rock, you name it, rap. But I really enjoyed skating to NXS. I think it was Listen Like Thieves. That album
Okay.
is timeless to me, and really all their albums are generally timeless to me. It's something I can always play, what mood I'm in, and you look like you're frozen. You okay?
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
I was typing. Robert Smith did do Deftones remix. And okay, he's in both recently.
Okay.
I'm not losing my mind. I didn't just have a stroke in front of everyone. So yeah, Robert Smith, he did do a Deftones thing and the Gorillas, the Song Factory. He has a song on the Song Factory. Anyway, yes. Oh, that's cool. Skateboarding to NXS and the dude. Yeah, my mind just went
All right.
kind of blank on song names for them for some reason.
Well, I think the album that really set them out there in the pop world was Kick.
Okay.
Because you had Mystify and Devil Inside.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
what was the big hit they had? Um, I don't know. They had several on the album that were extremely cool. Um, yeah, awesome band, man. I would like to play some right now if we could,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Nice. The in Beck. The
Heck, oh my
Beck
gosh.
is when I was in high school, when I was taking my senior picture, the lady taking the photograph, like I had these huge sideburns, and the lady was like, "You look just like Beck," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of do." Is one of the very few like mildly attractive people I've ever been compared to.
Oh
Usually, it's
yeah.
like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Thanks." They're weird looking. It's always like mild. You look like I never get compared to anybody like real fun. Anyway, I'm not vain. But Beck, oh man, I loved that like his stuff when I first heard Mellow Gold. I think that was the first one. Like the with Loser on it,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hmm.
I loved the weirder songs that were on that album. Like I can't remember the names of them, but there were some really weird songs, like especially for the early '90s.
Oh yeah, it was. It was out there.
He's,
Yeah, the lyrics were. He just threw a bunch of words together and made it sound cool. And,
yeah,
yeah. You
he's
know who produced that album?
uh
I have no idea. I'm
no.
just a random question.
I know. I thought you were gonna drop. I thought you were gonna drop some knowledge on me. Uh, no. I do know he played almost every single instrument though.
Yeah, I can see that. He is. He's a very talented dude, and
He's, oh man, the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack track. Like he did a
Hmm.
lot of the music for that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really good. The music that the band in the movie plays, Sex Bomb,
Hmm.
all of the music's actually written by Beck,
Huh, okay.
and then they all played the songs. So yeah, it's cool. Definitely check that out.
Okay. So his second album was it Odelay? Is that it? The
I,
title?
yeah, that's the one with Rock and Roll Jesus or something about
Devil's Haircut.
Devil's Haircut. Rock and Roll Jesus. What?
Somehow the devil and Jesus always gets brought into these conversations.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I like
on a oh, you froze again. Hello.
when the devil actually got into the video and audio and started twerking on it. So
He
anyway,
he was twerking on it. The devil
yeah,
was clapping that ass on the on the internet. Whap whap whap. Uh, the yeah, back to Beck. Man, musically, he inspires me to take chances. Which could be
yeah,
why I not too success. Didn't sell millions of albums because I you know looked up to Beck. But hey,
no, I think back to me is like, in white form.
yeah, he's the what?
I
It
mean,
chopped up.
seriously, that's
He's the what?
he, he's like the white version of Prince to me.
Oh, okay. Prince is another one
Yeah,
that's up there. That definitely gets an honorable mention.
yeah, he's got a lot of albums. Yeah, I saw Prince live.
Nice. Let's
Yes, it was.
nice.
I could talk
The
about that.
uh so the ones that we were different on mine, Madlib. Like the
Yeah, Madeline.
man, the first time I heard him, I think was like early 2000s ish. I just started rapping. I was really into hip hop as a whole. Like all the elements of it, not just emceeing. Like I was really into turntablism, emceeing, graffiti art, breakdancing. Even though I couldn't breakdance, I wish I could. Uh, so I was into the elements of it, and I really got into turntablism, and DJing and sampling, through dudes like DJ Shadow and watching some of the scratch battles at Scribble Jam and stuff like that, and heard
Oh
some
yeah,
Madlib on I think it's called a Keep in Time remix, and the and then and then he ended up being on like shortly after he ended up being on a whole group of MP3s that a friend of mine gave me. There had some Quasimodo stuff on there, and then I was just hooked. Like I love the style of jazz incorporated with hip hops through this like boom bap like breakbeat style. Just he just has fun with it, you know. Like you can
yeah,
tell he's having a
absolutely.
great time making the music. It's
Yeah,
and
I'm a big
so
fan as well. Yeah, I discovered him
yeah,
back in early 2000.
yeah, he which we'll get to later. Like from him, is, how I got into Doom, which we'll talk about. And then the other one on my list was MIA. Um, I heard her around like they played some of her music when I was at American Eagle, like some of the stuff that she put out like before Paper Planes. And it was to me it was just
Mm-hmm.
weird dance music. I was just like, what is this? Like what? Oh my goodness! And then Paper Planes came out, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But I still wasn't really into the other, like her other music. But I
Mhm.
loved that song. And there was a song she did with Timbaland that was on the same album that was really good. And then, uh, yeah, one day it just clicked. I, for some reason, decided to just put it on while I was exercising. And just something about the music and everything just it helped me, to push further and dig deeper for some reason. So she helped me lose about 100 pounds. Uh,
Wow, that's phenomenal.
yeah, and so I've listened to MIA pounding the pavement many miles, like, and you know, lots of time listening to her, and so that's why she sits up there, because her music helped turn my life around. Because at one point I was a fat ass depressed dude. Like, I realized life had gotten out of control, and just one thing after another, and I started like really focusing on my weight and getting down, because I was probably going to be end up being diabetic, and so her music helped me get my life physically.
It's
So yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like your higher power, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and when you really start listening, like a lot of the stuff she talks about is pretty deep. I don't necessarily want to get into it now, but there's always something she's really talking about. Um, she has a message, and it's positive, and it you know and a lot of it
Yeah.
is shedding light on different situations around the world. And so I've looked into more global things, also through listening to her music. And it's fun dance music.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
It it's dude, the Bad Girls video, like, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but you should watch it. It is the best music video ever. That live fast,
Ever.
die young, bad girls do like that. It's fun. Like, it's, yeah, a bunch of attractive women, like, doing like donuts and riding cars on two wheels and stuff like that. It's a fun video. The and I think, yeah, those were most of our different. Let's oh, and Wu-Tang for me.
Oh yes, Wu-Tang.
Dude, I'd stopped listening to, because this was a little bit after Beastie Boys and all of that, and I'd gotten more into rock music, and I came into them late. I think it was around 95, 96 maybe, when I first heard Wu-Tang, and my cousin like handed me the CD, and he was like, "Dude, you got to listen to this," and I was like, Wu Tang. And so, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And he's like, man, they talk about comic books and like all kinds of cool stuff. So I was like, all right. And I put it in, like, I fell in love with it. And I've just been a huge fan of everything they've all done, like RZA with all the soundtracks he's done, like the Afro Samurai stuff, like the man with the Iron Fist movies. I really like those. It it's I mean, there's too many of them to name, but and I like all their side projects too. Like, I'm a huge Czarface fan, and that's Inspector Deck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Czarface isn't directly Wu Tang, but even the
Yeah,
second generation Wu is really good. Their kids are great MCs. Like I
Dirty
got into
Bastard.
Intel a few years back. Yeah, Young Dirty Bastard is cool, and Old Dirty Bastard. Like, the one of my favorite of all of the Wu-Tang albums is Return to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version. The Like that's up there probably as one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
It's like it's so good.
It checks in. Yes, it's so raw, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what attracted me to it. They didn't have this overproduced sound. It was just like, they were sampling with I think it was a 12-bit sampler.
Right.
I mean,
It was
sure.
it was something. They did you watch the TV show on Hulu?
No, I haven't checked it out yet. No,
Do you have Hulu?
I do.
It's you should check it out. It's really good. When I was watching it, I was just like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize how much influence like the Wu-Tang Clan had on my life, like creatively and everything."
No, I have to check it out.
It's really good actually. The you know, I wasn't I approach everything that I like when there's something new about things that I like, I always approach it skeptically and like, okay, I love don't mess with the Wu-Tang. Like and so I yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
I definitely need to check it out.
yeah, it's a cool show. Definitely get into, especially like a look in to like Ghostface and RZA, like close look into them. Like it's super cool. I definitely recommend watching they got a second season coming too.
Oh,
I don't know if they've started
oh,
filming it or not, but they're supposed to be doing a season 2.
okay. Yeah. What about their current stuff? Have you listened to much?
Yes. Yes. The I can't name, but I'll always listen to it. Like
Okay.
whenever it comes up. The last one of the last one, Inspector Deck had a good solo album that came out recently that I kind of got into. Yeah, how about you? Have you listened to much of their
I haven't. Not much recent. Um, I've just always been a fan of, all their side projects as well. Method Man and Redman.
Yes.
Oh,
I
Redman.
love they're
He, he's a
they're
good
fun.
MC. Yeah, way funny.
They're so
And
fun.
uh, yeah, I could always listen to, the first album really resonates with me. That's when I first heard them, when they dropped it in, was it 92?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't remember what year. And I was in a group with these two other guys, and this particular MC, I think his name's Kevin.
What up, Kevin?
Yeah. Well, Kevin, he had a huge influence on me as far as discovering a lot of hip hop. I knew a lot of the old school stuff, but Kevin, he dropped Wu Tang on me, and I was like, man, these guys, they got something going. Like it
They're
was just so
special.
raw, hardcore, and once I heard that, I was like, man, we need to get something similar to that, and also like Cypress Hill.
Oh
I like
yeah.
that rugged, raw sound that Cypress had from Muggs.
Yup.
DJ Muggs had a primo type of production that really appealed to me. So,
Cyrus Hill is another one that's really
mhm.
up there for me. The I still like them. I watch Be Real's podcast. Like not like every single week, but I do like checking out the Smoke Box, and he does another one. like he's got a good podcast. So I do check out Be Real. Big fan of those guys.
Oh yeah.
And then, okay, do you want to talk about? It's down to the last two. I'll let you pick. Do you want to talk about MF Doom or Beastie Boys first?
Oh man, I could talk about the Beasties on a whole
Okay,
episode.
let's end with Doom. Let's end with
I
Doom.
think we should.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
let's start with the Yes, that's good. That'll be a good fitting tribute for that. I need to stop fidgeting my chair. I just caught myself,
I
and I
did
was
too,
like,
man.
I'm all like, no,
I felt like
you've actually been, you're good. And so, but yeah, I just was like wiggling, and I was like, ugh. It's because I'm sitting in just a regular chair. I need to get something decent, like a cushion chair, a nice cushiony chair. Anyway, so Beastie Boys are awesome.
But right now we're going to talk about MF Doom.
No, let's talk
And-
about Beastie Boys first.
Really?
Let's do Beastie Boys first. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You flipped it on me.
No, I was saying let's end it. Let's close out with Doom.
Okay.
As like a
I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
yeah, no. Man, they right off the jump, like with them. I'm gonna have to talk about music videos again.
Okay.
I love music videos, and their videos were all just so fun.
Yes.
Like, fight for your right, sabotage, even like what you want, like with the undershot. All of their videos are just so damn interesting.
Yeah, and did you not think that it was a good representation of the actual song? Like it really
Yes.
just felt
Yeah.
like, man, they did a great job of reflecting the song itself.
Oh
Yeah.
man, sabotage. That is, oh man, it's not quite my favorite, but it's up there with them.
Which album would you say is their best in your opinion?
Hot Sauce Committee Part 2.
Okay.
I think they closed out on.
Was that on the best?
Oh my God, they closed out on an amazing album. It really encompassed all of them, I think, because it had some punk stuff, it had some breakbeaty stuff, they had styles that went throughout the years of their different phases, all sort of reflective with the songs, and they had some of the best guest artists that they've had, and they don't have many guest artists. The the song they did with Nas.
Right. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, man.
That was fire.
Yes.
They did an excellent job on that. They did some work with Q-Tip.
Yep. That is another one of my favorite songs is the Ma Bell got the ill communication. Ma Bell got the ill communication. Like 1 2 1 2 keep it on. Listen to the shit, we keep it like, oh man, you can tell they're just like having a blast doing that.
Yeah.
And so that's one of my that song with Q-Tip might be one of my favorite Beastie Boys songs. Actually,
I agree, man. Once again, I can really vibe with that song because you can tell, like you said, they were having a good time.
Yep.
And
with Q-Tip,
yeah, right.
Oh man, because Tribe Called Quest.
I didn't know they were. Yeah, I didn't know they were down with Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest, but
right,
evidently they had a pretty widespread friend group.
Right, which says a lot to them.
A lot of artists
about them as people, and a lot about their heart as people, because one of the things I really respect about them is that they remain true to themselves and they remain true to their art, like no matter what. You know,
Right.
they
Yeah.
always made what they wanted, and what they wanted was very popular and good and fun to listen to. It, yeah, you know, they taught the music industry a lesson about sampling
They did.
with like,
So it was the Paul's Boutique. Wasn't that the album that
yep,
they got in trouble?
yep,
Yeah,
with
that
all
was
the,
probably my favorite album.
it's really good. It's really good, and
And
they're, yeah, I don't
a,
think they're
a
allowed to
lot
sell
of
it
that.
anymore, right? With
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. I
it's
know
I,
that
it's probably too expensive to
the
clear.
Dust Brothers. Yeah, the Dust Brothers. I think produced that,
Okay,
and they were a creative production team. I think they did some work with Beck on his Odelay album,
okay, that makes sense.
or I could be making some of that up. Don't take that for the
Sounds
gospel.
good to
But
me.
anyway,
I'm not gonna Google it.
yeah, the Dust Brothers. Yeah, man.
Fact. We'll stamp that. the it oh man, yeah. Working with Mixmaster Mike, you know,
Right.
another turntablist, you know, with Hello Nasty is a top contender for one of my favorite albums. But I do think Hot Sauce Committee Part 2 is, I think they ended on a high note, man. Just they stepped up their
Yeah.
game on every level, production wise, like sound wise, the like some of the stuff was I don't know, it wasn't mainstream like stream, but it was. I don't know if that makes sense. Like
Mhm.
the production, they beat modern production at its own game at the time. If that makes sense with what I'm saying, with the way things are
Yeah.
mixed and done, and so they sort of took that and was like, no, this is what things are supposed to sound like, and then they made
Oh
Hot
yeah.
Sauce Committee Part 2. The I remember downloading that album in a White Castle drive-through. Like I was getting White Castle because White Castle makes me think of Beastie Boys, and I remember going, "Oh my God, there's a new
Technically,
album out today," and so I downloaded it while I was ordering White Castle and had it playing by the time my food was ready.
that's funny.
I mean, anything to make a moment stick, you know?
Right.
Like I'll always
Hey,
remember.
Questlove, he's a big fan of the Beastie Boys.
Say that again.
Questlove,
Oh,
Questlove.
Questlove, man, the Roots.
Mm,
That's another
yeah, I
another
know.
one that
Heavy
is.
hitter.
They get okay. I will. The Roots do get one favorite in my book. They put on the best. They are the best live performers I've ever seen. I saw them way like back. They were touring with Lupe Fiasco. Uh,
Hmm.
way back like '07, '08, something like that. They came out with a marching band, dude, in this bar. We're playing, and then like it was kind of one of those bars that had the rafters where people could kind of stand up top and look, but it wasn't like it was a good
Yeah.
sized venue, but you know it was packed out, and they came through with a band, like they like had like a tuba player and trombones and like oh man
Oh my God.
and they played for hours. It was I was they stopped just at the right time. I don't think I would have wanted, but like, dude, they played for several hours. Um, and like Questlove did his thing with this brass band. It was super cool.
Mhm.
The
Wow. I'm envious, man. Yeah,
well,
I never got a chance to see them live.
if we're ever allowed out in
Questlove, he's an
public,
amazing
man,
DJ.
they perform still. So if we're ever allowed in public, we'll go see the Roots sometime. I'd love to see them again.
Hey, let's do it. I
Yeah.
love that too.
The Well, I guess that leaves. Oh, what is your favorite Beastie Boys album?
Yeah, Paul's Boutique.
Paul's Boutique.
I mentioned it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of sampling on that album, and um, it's kind of trippy.
Yeah.
It's out there, and um,
The
I
is it
like
the
it.
like some of the Eggman stuff on that one?
Yeah, Eggman. Yeah,
It's like yeah, it's funny.
Lucky Town.
It's weird. All right, dude.
Yeah,
Doom.
MF Doom.
Doom. MF
My
Doom.
Doom.
Zevlov X. King Ghidra. Victor Vaughn.
Okay, I used to listen to KMD.
Danger Doom. KM Doom.
Uh huh.
That dude
So he goes way back.
has
People don't know that.
mad villain. He, yeah, I'd actually heard like a KMD that type song or two like way back then, but never really like realized it or thought about it. And it was way after the fact when I was discovered that was MF Doom. Like one day I finally decided to do a deep dive on him, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Oh, Nitty Gritty, Peach Fuzz. Those two tracks. Oh my gosh. Timeless. Those are incredible songs.
dude. And then, yeah, his brother died, and he emerged as the supervillain. Like, oh, man, just creating something that would outlast him,
Oh,
us. Just created this legend.
how did he get away with all the sampling? You know?
You can make stuff. I think he probably made it unrecognizable, because I think that's how Madlib kind of gets away with it too. It is to kind of just to change stuff so much that it's unrecognizable. And like when I do samples, I mean, one, no one's heard it enough to charge it, but it would be I like to do. We'll find like a kick I like on a song, and I'll just use that, and then make my own drum pattern, or like like a snare from this song,
Right.
kick from that song, cymbals from this song, and throw it all together. Yeah, I've made some interesting beats that way. Spoken Nerd actually used one of my sample beats on the song called Math Test. It's sampled, and then I mixed in a little keyboard
I
with
didn't
it.
know that. You never
Yeah.
told me.
What's up?
I don't remember you telling me about that.
No,
That's
probably
cool.
not. Like I've done some pretty cool collaborations with Spoken Nerd. Like made a beat for him. I've got to do some guest spots on some of his music, so that's always fun. Hoping to get him to do a couple tracks on this album that I've been working on. Here and there, in between things, just for fun. And so, and then there's the one we have to do. The lyrics are done. You just got to get into those beats.
No pressure.
No pressure, man. No pressure. Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Right. Just on YouTube.
Just on YouTube. People can play it over and over again. Break open those beats. Break open those beats. No, I'm still playing, dude. Dick move.
Just you wait.
And yeah, Doom makes some great beats. And I love that, like, he'll like on a lot of his albums, he won't even rap. He'll just do the production and have another artist do all of the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love that. Like, to me, that's like, for an artist, that's kind of humble.
It is. It's
You
so,
know?
yeah.
Like
I'm gonna hang out in the background and
yeah, where it's like, yo, this is about you.
yeah.
It's and he
That says
features
a lot.
a lot of female MCs. And, you know, it which I think is great. Um There are a lot of female MCs in my kind of honorable mentions that I really dig, like Snow the Product. Like she's really good. I don't know if you've heard of her.
No.
K Flay, she's really cool. I think someone needs to give her a hug though. she's Some of her stuff's kind of depressing, but she's really good. I think yeah. Santa Gold is another really, yeah, Doom. When were you? When did you first get into him? Because I wasn't on board the first thing I heard. I got food and I was like, what? What? I was like, what the hell is this? This is weird.
It took a little time for me to digest.
And it was a little abrasive. And
Yes.
I just didn't really know how to process. Like it's not like I didn't like it. I was just like, I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how to translate it. And then when the Danger Doom album came out, when he did with Danger Mouse for Adult Swim,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that's when everything really kind of kicked, because I got into Quasimodo around the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and then and I was just like, oh, and then I got it, and I really started getting into like the persona of MF Doom, like the super villain. And I was like, oh, this dude, he's not just a rapper. Like this is a whole show. It's a whole persona. It's like it reminds me a little bit of the Gorillas in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's like this virtual
Yeah.
band. Like the Gorillas are another honorable mention for me. I'm a huge Gorillas fan. And but speaking of Gorillas, Doom did a couple tracks with him.
Okay. That's not too surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's done a lot of collaborations.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
many.
It dude, one of my favorites is the Doom versus Our-Face.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man.
The first song I heard from MF Doom was One Beer.
Okay.
And right away I said, man, this cat, he's got a unique rhyme scheme. You know, I just like the way he wasn't trying to sound like anyone else.
No.
You know, and he was just completely rhyming off. It just seemed so unorthodox.
Yes.
You know?
His yeah.
And
It's
it
like
worked. Like,
it's
man,
like
this is,
he was rhyming to what he was rhyming to.
yeah.
And like it didn't matter what else was going on. Like it's like he knew what he wanted to say, and was like, it opened up for me. Like as a lyricist, he really opened up some possibilities for me.
Oh yeah, me too. And he was, I mean, he added so much humor to it. You know,
Yeah.
he had that ability to say what he wanted, and then he would come around with something so funny.
Oh man, his
You know?
punchlines.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, his punchlines are great, and just the way he says things, like kind of relating to society in a whole, and like lessons that we can all learn and take from, you know, dangers of the music industry, things like
Yeah.
that. It's a lot, dude. Did you listen to the JJ Doom album?
No, I did not.
It's good. The
Okay.
let's just say very interesting lyrically at points. Like it's cool.
Nice.
The I'm having trouble pulling up lyrics on the spot right now for some
Yeah, I
reason.
know. Well, there's.
It's yeah, it's like, oh, quick, think of something Doom would say. Uh, B
Hey,
fret.
off topic, Brian.
Yeah.
On a serious note, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that I did forget a group,
Yo.
De La Soul.
Oh.
I am a huge fan of De La Soul, and they have,
Okay.
multiple albums out there, and I think they are still together, possibly recording.
Yeah.
Uh, they had some kind of beef with a record company, or they wanted to do their own independent kind of, I don't know, recordings. But
Okay.
yeah, that's another group that three powerful individuals that just could make magic in the studio, and a lot of what I like. I know I'm going on a tangent, but
No,
I'll end with this. I
keep
like
going.
the I like the magic that DJ Prince Paul, put
Yes.
into their production.
Right.
It,
It oh man. Well, it's a good it's not totally off topic. It's cuz we were talking about the Gorillas.
that's right.
And Prince
Yeah.
Paul
Mhm.
like worked on the first Gorillas album,
Yeah.
you know.
He is a
Handsome
genius, man.
Oh man, Handsome Boy Modeling School.
Yes.
It's oh man. Those are some good albums. Like, dude, he even did a little funny spot as Chester Rockwell on an RTJ song not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Am I imagining that? I could be crazy. But I feel like Chester Rockwell, like from, his is that his persona from Handsome Boy Modeling School? I can't remember. Is it if it's him or Dan the Automator? I think it's him.
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say I'm not 100%.
Nah, whatever. We could. It doesn't matter. We're having fun.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. In Doom,
And then,
the I went back a few years ago and was watching a lot of old '70s like Marvel shows,
mhm.
like Spider-Man and Friends and the old Fantastic Four cartoon from the '70s. And it's fun because Doom samples a lot of music from those shows, like their
Yeah,
music
I've
and
seen that.
some of the stuff that people said, like some of the episode quotes. But yeah,
Hmm.
the sampling from not just music but from some of those old TV shows, I thought was super cool.
Yeah, that's what I was really getting at to earlier. Like how does he get away with sampling like all these long phrases from the cartoons and not have to
Yeah,
pay? Or maybe he did.
maybe
Maybe he just didn't
yeah,
care.
maybe the rights aren't as hard to acquire as you would think, or maybe because
Yeah.
he's an independent artist, you know dealing I think he was just dealing with rhyme sayers, which is slug. So
Hmm.
I'm sure they weren't very hard to deal with, and so I'm sure they could afford the samples, you
Right.
know because it's not going through some soulless company.
Mhm.
And the because yeah, Atmosphere, that's another group that I really like also.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, I dig them. Slug and Ant.
Mhm.
And the and so yeah, I think yeah, that any last thoughts on Doom and top 5 music?
Can't think of anything right now, but that was fun. I mean, those are some incredible bands, individuals in the music industry. They've played a big part in our lives, influencing us and um, just seeing the creativity that there's been a span of years, like the Beastie Boys and um, MF Doom. They have catalogs. They're not just one good album
Right.
or two, but
It's albums in a row that are
yeah,
great. Like you can put on their whole album and just hit random and it not matter what comes up because everything is just so good.
so true. We need to create a playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on YouTube.
Well, yeah, with fun videos. Yeah, because there's some good stuff on YouTube. Like I will still watch you know a lot of random music videos on YouTube. Tech9 has some fun music videos. He is an interesting person. Are you a fan of Tech9?
Don't know a whole lot. I've got a drum kit from Tech Nine, but
Okay. Um he he might be the like the best rapper on the planet. Like he's that good.
hmm,
Like he's not my favorite rapper,
yeah,
but like on a technical skill level,
very,
he's really good, and the amount of quality products that he puts out, it's just like astounding. And like he's been doing it since the 90s.
yeah.
And so especially as an independent artist. But yeah, him and a lot of the people under the Strange record label
Hmm.
put out some cool stuff like Mayday. They're a fun band. Um, but yeah, music. It's on most of the time around me. Like I listen to a lot of music. Um, I don't like going into a grocery store without headphones on. Helps me get through it. So
Yeah,
music is so important. Um, so yeah, dude. I guess we'll moving on and closing out. So this week, did you learn anything in this week?
I did. Um, I guess
Nice.
the one thing that I would mention is um, a little bit on a serious note is just empathy.
Yeah.
Um, I would say just really when you're around a lot of people that uh, are having a difficult time with either their health or maybe emotionally, it's nice to kind of stop, and pause yourself. And it seems like we can get carried away with our own stuff so much that we kind of just consume ourselves with our own issues. But when you kind of think outside your own self and open your eyes to what's going on around you with people, like I said, with their health or emotionally, whatever was going on, man, it opens your eyes. And I just felt like I was able to learn a little empathy. So
Nice.
that would be my lesson. What about
Nice.
you?
Well, mine was actual lessons.
Yes.
The because I've been uh doing some video editing, and
Mm,
it's not been an issue with us because I'm not having to share the file anywhere. I just upload it like straight to YouTube, and I bounce this down very high quality, like
mhm.
probably higher than is necessary. And when you're sharing files with other people, you can't really bounce it down. Like you got to find a way to get your files down to less, not 20 gigs,
Yeah.
especially when you're sending podcasts. Because I was helping out the Jean blog with editing one of their podcasts. They're doing a really cool music showcase podcast. I can't wait to show that off. And they asked me to throw some graphics on it, and
Oh, that sounds fun.
yeah, it was super fun. And so I did that and sent that, and had some trouble sending it because the file was huge. And so I learned some new settings to bounce the files down to make them not 1,000,000 gigs, because Google Drive fills up fast.
Yes, it does.
Like I have to I'm gonna have to empty out some stuff on my trash can conductor email, because it's like I don't really have enough like drive space to send large files, so I'm gonna have to start removing some files. Which, but I learned a lesson about rendering. One of the guys in the group has a video podcast and sent me the settings that he uses. And so that's what I did, and it it cut the render time down, shrunk the file size down enough to where I could actually email it. And so, so that was kind of cool. And that's a top 5. We'll talk about hell and why you're going to hell next time. We'll make sure we're a lot darker and more judgmental the next time. And so find out why you're going to hell. It's not real.
It's a fragment of your imagination.
But
that was fun, Ryan.
Yeah, it was. And yeah, we will get back into some more serious stuff next time. We just wanted to do something fun for the special third episode. And so follow us on the social media places. You know the places, the social medias. You kids have them on your app phones. Find us on @ReligiousDetox on all of those. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. And subscribe. Subscribe to our channel, so you can see fun things like this interview and
more
music.
To come.
More to come. Music, maybe some skits, maybe a sermon.
Hey.
Maybe we'll start preaching to the masses. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Our own religion, right?
Right. It's
never know.
The religion of detox.
Yeah.
Quit your religion and come join ours.
That's good.
Yeah, man. It was super fun. We are Religious Detox. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Andrew Nicewonder.
And I'm John Clark. And thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Bye.